I don't own the rights to this music. I own the rights to this message. I don't own the rights to this book, but I know the author. All right? The Resilient University, How Purpose and Inclusion Drive Students to Success. Dr. Freeman, Hrabowski. That's Dr. Hrabowski. And this is property of the Cairn Institute, Loyola University. All right? I did an event at Loyola University about 4 years ago. It's called Artists of Truth. Artists of Truth. Last night I was at the doctor's event. Dr. K, Dr. Hrabowski. Doctor been knowing me since 1998, 1999. All right, he moved out in Cockeysville, had a house out there. He liked turkey on rye. He used to come to my store. He was my customer. I worked for 85% of the richest people in this state, and he was one of them. All right, he was one of them. I dealt with racism out in Cockeysville because y'all didn't want me there, and we talked about that. That's my store in Cockeysville. That's Governor Schaefer. Like I said, I know 85% of the richest people in the state. I'm weaving in Baltimore, all right, in the social fabric, Public Accommodations Act, the right to use your toilets. It's in the law books, Public Accommodations Act, 1964. See who she is? That's GOP Carter. I've been knowing her since she was Delegate Carter. Karen York was working for her, all right? No, Nicole Mundo was working for her. Christopher Williams was working for her. That's Eric Costello. We party training politicians. And that's Mayor Brandon Scott. I gave a roll of toilet paper and I gave a toilet to the doctor yesterday as a gift. I gave him a book saying good night to racism. And that's what we're gonna do. Say good night to racism. Like I said, I gave those our gift bags. In 2011, y'all locked me up for putting toilets in the courthouse. We're gonna see what you're gonna do for me selling toilets to the public. Campaign of public shame. See that? Been to Annapolis. See that? Welcome to the shit show. And I got a lot of shit to show you. All right? Y'all gave out cupcakes last night. I got cupcakes too. That's the Lake County building. Moses parted the Red Sea. Shorty parted some rednecks. I went to file a class action lawsuit. And that's the paperwork. All right? Like I said, you want to hide something, hide it in a book. That's me. Honorably discharged veteran of the United States Navy, 1977, 78, and 79. I ran Contra. I participated in that. We're going to talk about the great race debate. In 2011, I put a toilet in front of the courthouse. Social media for social change. That's Cal Ripken and my producer, Rob Fix. See that? 2011, that's when y'all locked me up. That's me and Dr. Ben Carson's housing secretary. And that's me. Like I told you, I'm white. I told y'all last night at the event, my ID says I'm white. See that? Race. White. We're talking about race and racism in the courts and the way that you treat blacks in the courts. That's the real news, and that's Bopa and my producer, Rob Fix. And that's me. We're talking about racism in Baltimore City and Baltimore County, because Baltimore County been sitting on this since 2008. See that? You took my truck, you took my computer, you took my property, and then you charged me. You charged me for being an activist. See who that is? That's a judge. And this is the 2014 elections. That's Delegate Cardin's. Brave Boy is there. Neverdine is there. Brian Vaith, me, the NAACP. That's Governor Glendenning. Like I said, I know everybody in Baltimore. That's Daryl D'Souza. All right, D'Souza, not D'Souza. That's Tim Tennyson from Baltimore, WBAL. And that's the Department of Justice, Robert Hardin. I'm a whistleblower in the courts and the corruption in the courts. See who he is. Block Party gets bigger and better. I'm the cook in Baltimore, and I'm getting ready to cook y'all up. That's Aisha Khan, and we talking about brown money in there. And that's Bob Cocky. Bob Cocky will tell you too. Like I said, my store on Falls Road. I'm the cook in Baltimore. See that? That's Scott Shellenberger. That's Robert Harding of the Department of Justice. And that's Emmitt Till. I'm not Emmitt Till. I'm not Freddie Gray. I don't stutter when I talk. I brung criminal charges against Scott Shellenberger, and y'all ain't did nothing. That's Doug Gansler and his son. Those are the criminal charges. That's Corey McRae, Bill Ferguson, and Brooke Learman. That's Governor Ehrlich, and that's the Baltimore Sun, all right? Justin Fenton and the Washington Post, all right? If Justin Fenton can make the movie We Got a Monster, well, I can make the movie Baltimore Rewired. And the Baltimore Sun's a part of it. That's Diana Suggs from the Baltimore Sun. The Baltimore Sun is owned by David Smith. David Smith owns Fox 45. So the Baltimore Sun is Fox 45. Y'all part of that $250 million lawsuit. You feel me? Y'all part of that. We talking about the prison industry. You feel me? Right there, that's Johnny Oleski. That's Tom Caperhall from the Department of Justice Civil Rights Division. See who that is? That's Rod Rosenstein. He had this information. Special Criminal Section. All right? Rod Rosenstein had this. This is ABC 2. And this is the criminal enterprise that y'all set up. I am Dred Scott. Blacks have no rights in which white America respects. I never got a trial for that case. So I broke you down and how you protect the corruption with your courts and your politicians. I never got a trial. These are the cases. That's 2010, 2007, and 2008. Ghosts from your past is going to open up doors to my future. And that's the city solicitor's office. President Obama asked for an investigation. I'm the subject of the investigation. That's Congressman Cummings, Congressman Senator Cardin, Sheriff Fisher, Mr. Snowden, Mr. McGee, and Judge Bell, the Minority Report. That's Barbara Mikulski. And that's President Trump. So if President Trump wins, it's going to make this book even more authentic. You feel me? I exhausted my remedies. Judicial, executive, and legislative branches of the government. This is the executive branch of the government. Racism don't work without cooperation from our government. That's the Baltimore Sun. See me? I'm in the lobby. That's the Baltimore Sun. See me? That's the visitor's pass to the Department of Justice. And that's the old Attorney General, Anthony Brown. That's Ozzie Newsome from the Baltimore Ravens. And that's President Obama. All right, like I said, that's the Waukegan New Sun. That's Jamie Lee Foster Brown from Sister to Sister magazine. And Kathleen Hughes. This is Marion Barry's birthday party. I did his birthday party. Like I said, that's Donald Trump. He tied to this. He in the book. That's Ray Lewis and Shorty. That's Ray Lewis and Shorty. We talking about racism. And that's the Baltimore City Council. See me? That's my address, 1402 Lockman. I was kidnapped from my home and stolen in the night. Welch's retirement party. I gave you the prison industry. Right there. Maryland's prison industry. And I gave it to you at Starbucks. You feel me? That's Starbucks. And this is Starbucks and Shorty. Starbucks and the law. Alright? Starbucks and Shorty. I'm still here. I gave you Scott Shellenberger on a platter. Right here. The return. That's Elijah Cummings and Mayor Stephanie Rawlins Blake. And this is the news. The show that rolls that the news plays. Brent Jones, Fox 45, BBC World, I Report. That's Attorney General Anthony Brown. Right there. Governor Martin O'Malley. Lieutenant Governor Anthony Brown, 100 State Circle. That's the FBI file. Same way they had a file on Martin Luther King, you got a file on me. It's a Rob Fix production. Letters Design. That's my Community Verizon Award. And this is a breakdown of Jim Crow. All right, a breakdown of Jim Crow in Baltimore. I put it in a book. That's a whistleblower to the Judiciary Committee. Shutterfly. It's my visitor's pass to Annapolis. So Dr. Hrabowski, this is your book. This is my book. Baltimore Rewired, The Money Behind the Machine. That's a Resilient University. And that's Dr. K, Loyola University. Said, you want to learn something? You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today. The new face of old Jim Crow. You doing it for the students, I'm doing it for the community. Doctors in the house.